Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube and all abound. I'm your host, Dakota Morgan, and welcome to another episode of Comic Chronicle. In this episode today, we're going to be detailing something very, very special to this host's heart. Why we need a Fables movie. Why and how we can have it. So, I have a video on Fables and that as well, a little coverage video on that. If you want to know the details about Fables, go ahead and check that out. The little quick little details for you. Imagine the fairy tales, folklore, and everything else that we know from the stories and that they've actually lived among us for hundreds of years now, and they're from another world. And because they were kicked out because of a threat called the adversary, aka this giant fucking demon king, it goes in and he absolutely wrecks the entire place, kills a lot of people. A lot of them, they come in here, and then they live in modern day New York City. But this part of New York City they live in is called Fabletown, and it's secret. And then what they use to keep the people the Fables who don't look human, obviously there's a lot. They either get sent up to the farm where they live on there, and they call it most of them consider it a prison, but it's actually kind of nice, and it's in upstate New York, hidden from people. And then they also have the ones who can't afford to look human, they use things called glamours to sort of blend in and look human and stuff like that. So they all try to blend it. They try to live secret. They live secretly in Fabletown, in New York City, and they have many, many issues. I'm not going to go into it, but they have many, many issues within themselves and with the Mondays, they call them, aka humans. So that's quickly that was the quickest one I want to get to of what Fables is. Now, movie time, guys. Movie or TV show time. Fables. Fables has been around for many years now. I want to say over a decade almost. They've had many spin-offs. They've had the main series Fables, and I'm going to show you guys a couple of examples. We got the first volume here. It's an interesting little story as well for the first few issues. And this one is Legends in Exile, Volume 1. And then we have Volume 2, Animal Farm, which is the rebellion of everyone on the farm there, the revolution. You even got a rabbit with a couple guns there, Red Rose, Snow White's sister, and Snow White. Main characters, though, Big Wolf and Snow White of the regular Fables series. They got the Cinderella one, Jack of Fables, aka Jack Horner from Jack and the Beanstalk and shit. So that's the big one on there. Now, Fables, the storytelling has got 12 Eisner Awards at least. That's as much. There might be 14. I want to say it's 12 or 14 Eisner Awards. Absolutely fantastic storytelling in here. It really is. I mean, you got some regular stories from the regular Fable series, and then you also got the prequel, The Wolf Among Us, which a video game. This is the comic that is from the video game that the comic. It's a video game that's based on a comic book, but then they have a comic book based on the video game. Interesting stuff, I know. So that's a little prequel storyline they can do. How can this be a movie TV show technically if you really want to get into specifics before I start rambling off like an idiot? Which happens a lot, let me tell you. Now, this can be said because in a movie or a TV show, most likely people would want a TV show so they can see it go. Some of the stories that they have in here, they can be episodic almost. So you can make it like the first issue, the first volume in here could be made into like an hour-long TV show. It really could, hour and a half maybe for the premiere on that. Like, it really could, guys. It's like, oh, who killed this person? Or is this person alive? And big murder mystery and stuff like that. And then The Wolf Among Us could, if you want to do this one movie with that to like get the people's attention and that as a little prequel to it, so everyone like gets an idea. This is what Fable's like. This is the world and everything like that. Here's an introduction to these characters before we get into the main storyline. There's that too. I mean, that could easily be made. That game is a couple hours long if you want to play it for each episode, and that's in there for each chapter. I didn't want to say it would be a few hours, so you can easily turn that one into a movie if you want. Some great storytelling in here, guys. There's lots of fans. I mean, there is lots and lots of fans of this story, and it's by Vertigo, so it's not by a small company at all. DC owns Vertigo, and it's always DC's Vertigo or something like that. So, and it's a sci-fi kind of thing. It's kind of dark. It's really dark now, really, really dark. So it would be a PG-13 or hard R. Most likely PG-13. R would be pretty nice, but otherwise it'd be a pretty dark TV show. Maybe Netflix. Here's a list of shows TV show stations that could take it. I mean, if you want it dark, like I just said, Netflix, best place and scenario for it. Sci-fi would be a pretty good one for it. But Fox, maybe. Fox has been known to pick up some stuff like that before. It's really the only ones I can think of. If you guys think of some more on that, they could probably take it. Like some down in the comments below. We're going to get this to happen, guys. We're going to get this to happen. Movie-wise, Universal, be an easy one to pick it up for it. It's by Vertigo, which is owned by DC, so most likely what they'd have to go through is Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers, come on now, guys. Come on. I know somewhere, I mean, lots of Fables fans these days. And I believe the main series has ended. So you say they have a couple of spin-offs on that, and the spin-off series ended last year. Yeah, last year as well, too. And so we don't want it to die out, guys. We don't want it to die out and have only hardcore, at least Vertigo fans or comic book fans know about Fables. The storyline deserves its movie or TV show. There's plenty of good actors to choose from for Big B White or Snow White. And if you want to, you can have the main show. And so if you want to do the main show on there, go right ahead with the main show too. If that doesn't work out too well, you can easily do a spin-off show. And let me show you guys some of the spin-offs as well. So you'll introduce most of these characters anyway. I mean, some of them, Jack of Fables, the one on Jack the Giant Killer, aka Jack Horner, and Jack and the Beanstalk and that. He's the little guy, sarcastic little assholes that as well these days. And he's like a player and everything like that in the world, and he does his own thing. It's pretty nice. After getting kicked out of Fable Town, that writes itself. And then there's some events that happen. Not going to spoil the book too much, just in case you haven't read it. Then they have from the books of Fables, Fairest, the unknown stories, or the quote-unquote true stories of all the princesses that you think you know. So it's a little new take on them, really dark and bloody, and that, which is awesome, to say the least. So there's that as well. This utterly, guys, it is something we all need to check out here. Fables, if you haven't read it, I don't know why you're watching the video for supporting for something you haven't really read. Maybe you're crazy like me. But, yeah, so that's a few things you can do on there for TV shows. Movie-wise, it would have to be done by Warner Brothers, most likely, with legal issues. Warner Brothers, Universal, however that one works out. That could easily be done. It would be something that, a lot of fans, you get a lot of fans right now that are hidden right now because the series have ended. So they're seeing yeah, we like Fables and stuff like that. And you can attract a lot more audiences. Now, if the movie or TV show does come out, these books will get a lot of sale uptake. You're going to see these Fable books. So it would be awesome for Vertigo, too. Money-wise. You guys, for how many people would go watch Fables and then be like, it would bring in revenue for the books. This has been proven time and time again by many people with MMV Superman. A bunch of people went and read Superman and Batman books, modern day ones, because they're awesome. Flash, the TV show, that's brought it in. The Marvel movies, especially, people go see those, or they hear about them, and they see trailers and that. People go pick them up at the comic book store. This is a proven fact to you by many comic book store owners. And even on AMC's Comic Book Man and the podcast and that, they say that stuff. Like Mike and Maine, they say that all the time. So this is a proven fact that the sales will intake on this. I bet you they have probably gone down significantly since, for Fables and that, on all things since then. And now I know that for sure though that they're working on it. I want to say 2014, but no news has really come out in almost a year, 2 years. That's also an indication of this movie's gone sour. Now, if they're currently working on this right now, I haven't seen any news on it. If someone, for whatever reason you're watching this movie, if someone knows about it and that they're making this movie, please mention something below in the comments so we know it's not dead. Movie or TV show, either one would work. It would be a little bit pricey to say the least, but you can easily do it. If you want to go to the 90s New York route, which would be more expensive, The Wolf Among Us or the prequel and such like that, everything else you can do in today's world. You really can. If you wanted your Jack of Fables, down the line or something like that. That would be a down the line one. Go to California and do that. Cali has some pretty lenient laws with stuff like that for filming. Or hell, if you want to go to Vancouver, go do it up there with everyone else. New York, I mean, we got Gotham filming there and a lot of other TV shows do. Fox has a lot of TV shows up there, so that would be a good one to add to the list. And they're not afraid to do blood and guts and that on that show either. If you've caught recent episodes of Gotham, I'm not going into that. So this has been a video. I want to say, guys, we need to get support for this. Fables, near and dear to my heart. Something absolutely fantastic. And a lot of people love it, but it's so far with the comics ending, fandom's going to go down. We can't let this die out. It's one of those, it's fan-blementastic. In the world where we have Preacher getting made into a TV show, come on. We have Gotham, Preacher. We now have a new show coming out on Sci-Fi. It's a prequel based on Superman's granddad on Krypton. Why can't we have a Fables? It's just me, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Movie, TV show, or both if you want. That's possible too. Just get it out there, guys. Go to who you know. If you know people, tweet them, Instagram them, Facebook them, call them. If you're really that close, for some odd reason you're really close to Hollywood, you're watching this video. Get it out there, guys. Fables, it would be a good marketing tool for anybody involved in the comic book industry. And as well, if they pick it up, it would definitely bring in the views, and that it won't be a die out. This is a for sure fans promise as well. It's not because I want it really, really bad, but this is a proven statistic. Fables brings in stuff. Fables brings in a lot. A lot of people know about it these days. They might not show it all the time, like wearing Fables t-shirts, but Fables is really big. It is really big. You got to take a hold of it. They never took a hold of it with the movie or TV show until then, and they were slowly working on it, but it might have died out. But we need to ignite the flames, fans. We need to ignite them and get them going. So do what you like as well to try to get the word out there. Hell, I'd even say make an indie movie if you want with it too. That would definitely bring it in, and you would be one fully loaded director if you did an indie movie on Fables. If you're able to get the rights, so. And if you're able to do that, or make a short movie of it, a little snippet on there, maybe half an hour, probably even 10 minutes if you want. Make your own version of the live action Fables, and then send it around, put it on YouTube, show it around, and then that will show it to everyone involved in the businesses. Hey, this can be done. If they made it this good and people loved this amount, like it's a 10-minute live action short, and they loved it this much, that will show them, hey, let's start working on maybe Fables movie or TV show. So I don't know. Everyone's probably seen videos and stuff like that of people talking about Fables movie or TV shows and that before. But hey, hopefully, guys, I can be the beacon to you and be the beacon and be the guy who ignites the flames once more for this, because we do need it. Whether if we just get a season, whether we just get one movie, totally worth it in the end, guys. Totally worth it. It deserves it. It honestly, these books, this series, these characters deserve to be brought to life. In this world where we're bringing so many good things to life, these guys, Bigby Wolf, Snow White, Jack Horner, Rose Red, Bugsby, everything. The Three Little Pigs, Cinderella, and Beasts and Beauty and dragons and giants, trolls. It honestly, guys, I can't say it enough. I just can't say it enough. It's one of those things. Don't let it die, guys. Keep on going with it. All right, I'm done here, guys. Thank you for joining me on this video. Hopefully you stood through it all. And like I said, guys, be the ignition, be the flame that fuels this engine of pushing it forward and fueling the engine of power that get this done. It can get done, it should get done, and it will get done, but it is all up to you. It's really all up to you, guys. I'm doing the best I can with support and everything for it, but like I said, indie movies and everything like that, guys, keep an eye out for it. Keep an eye out for any Fables news and that too as well on this channel because we're big fans. So we'll report anything when it comes out. Alrighty, YouTube. I will catch you all later.